Here's my 1952 Superbird proof quarter. You can see what looks like an S or part of a 5 right in the middle of the eagle's chest area. Now, it's a pretty cool find. Now, there are two varieties for this, if you didn't know that, because I don't have it, but it's called the re-engraved tail feathers, or I should say hand-engraved tail feathers. And we can take a look a little bit at different angles here, and it doesn't have the little lines similar to the lines you see on that make the S shape or 5 shape that makes it the Superbird. They're not on the tail feathers on this coin here. If they are on the tail feathers, then it makes it more valuable and is just a second version of this. So what I'm looking at here when I look at this coin, and I'm using my little coin view that I sell on the website I did a video of. Really nice tools here. And I can move my coin around using it. I see a little dot shape there inside the legs. I see die file lines. It looks like to me somebody got a little carried away removing clash marks or something on this proof, this coin die. And they put marks on it. It looks like there's a mark up here. If you look at this coin, there's other areas on this you don't see mentioned, but there's a little something here on the coin as well, like a little dot. So we got maybe clash mark remnants, possibly die file lines where the mint employee attempted to remove them. And it looks like to me they also removed some of the tail feathers on some of them and tried to re-engrave them, try to make them look like they had lines in them again. It seems to be that's the case, if you want my opinion on how this exists. And it just, all it is, it's not really an S, it's not really a 5, it's just a scrape. Somehow they scraped the die with something, whatever they were using, and it ended up being something that looked like a 5. Or, I mean, you could turn it different directions and it looks like something else. It could be a U this way, although it'd have a little bit of a tail. But there's this different, it looks like a hook. You can, it just happens to be S on the chest, so that makes it more interesting. So what are these worth? I'm going to take a look at what these are worth. So I tell people, go over to PCGS. That's where you might want to send it. Might want to send it to Annex if you don't have a membership to PCGS and even NGC. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on what grade you think it's going to be or what the value is. So if you have a Cameo or a deep Cameo. So if you have one of these, you're probably looking at around a 64 proof. It's going to be very, very difficult to get a higher grade in the proofs. If you have a Cameo, that's even more difficult. So you're looking at $100 and 64. It might be worth sending if you don't have anything in it, or you just want to have one graded. The Cameo, on the other hand, a little bit different, worth a little bit more. And if you've got a Cameo, it's probably going to be a nicer coin, a higher grade. You might end up with a 65, but there's a 65. That's $325. 135 is a 64. And then a deep Cameo, that even takes it to the top, if you can find one of them. So this is just a regular Superbird. The engraved tail feathers, though, are a lot more expensive. But if you had a deep Cameo and it graded 64, it's still $400. $22.50 and 65. So we can look at the engraved, hand engraved tail feathers, and we'll look at a better image of that so you can see what it is. And then I've got a special thing another discovery that you don't hear anything about for another quarter that has hand engraved tail feathers. And it's a proof as well. And I've never heard of this one. I just stumbled upon it when I was doing a little bit of research for this video, trying to find some images and things to show you guys and some values. So anyways, the one with the hand engraved, in the lower grades, it's not worth more in non-Cameo. So you're looking at 64 and 85 and 225 and 65. And then the deep Cameo, they're worth about the same. They're pretty close. But over here, if you look at the comparisons to the values, you can see that it shows you which one's worth the most. I mean, Cameo and deep Cameo, it's going to be hard to find those. So you want to find them in Cameo, but you do have two different versions of this. Then you have something else, and I want to show you actual images of what re-engraved tail feathers look like. And you see the lines. Okay, they made lines in the die which made raised areas on the coin. That's very important to know how that works. If you do anything to a die, like, carve into it, gouge it, scratch a line across it, it's incuse into that die. When it strikes a planchet, it's a raised area on that planchet. So this one's a 1954. This was actually first reported. This was 2021. I haven't heard anything about this at all, but it was actually James Wiles confirmed this as being a new variety. But you don't hear a lot about it, but Annex actually put it in a holder, first reported. So look at your 54s. See if you've got a re-engraved tail feathers. See if you can get that in a holder. I don't see it over on PCGS's site. They don't seem to have it listed here. They might have it listed. I didn't do a lot of research on it, but that's a really good image of the tail feathers. This is another image of the S on the chest for the 52 and Superbird. And then here are the lines I was talking about on a 52. You can see them down here a little bit better. So that's what you're looking for, is this. These lines on your Superbird to find the second version of the 52 Superbird. So doing more research as I'm editing this video, I just got to thinking, are these out there? They're well known. And PCGS is actually, there's a 53 re-engraved in 2013, sold for $358.38. Re-engraved tail feathers. Now, this is something I'm not looking for. I'm not even thinking. I don't get a lot of 50s proof sets, and my brain's not even thinking of, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just go up here and in the search and hit, re-engraved tail and do a live search here. It's a FS901, and do a live search on the video for you guys and just see what's going to come up. So we know there's nothing listed. There is one listed. A 53 is listed right now, or at least it sold in September 29, 2013. Because it was a PR66, it sold for $1,645. So just changing up the video a little bit, right in the middle of it, here's a couple of them, a 53 re-engraved, 53 re-engraved, and they're pretty valuable. The 62 sold for $358, and the 66 sold for $1,645. So there you have it. There's a 53, 52, and 54 with re-engraved tail feathers and the Superbird. A chance to find a valuable coin. You get it in a holder, send it on the variety tier to PCGS. Seems like that's where they're worth the most. But not many people are finding them or sending them to auction, so I don't really know. Don't know if I haven't done a lot of research on these. That's pretty cool. A little change up here in the video for you before I end it. If you think you have one of these, post the images over on the Coin Help You community. So get out your proof sets. Maybe if you're going to coin shows, check it out. See if you might be able to find one. You never know. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.